when we're introducing Osric in Italy, it's like we're saying, it's Osric, hello, goodbye. Osric, Chau.
How's it going, Osric?
Thank you, Richard.
How's it going? Hello, goodbye.
I made it to Texas finally. So I missed both Texas conventions last year.
Oh, we remember. I don't remember that.
No, okay. Well, and that's what I'm telling you guys. And then I missed yesterday. It almost felt like I was avoiding Texas, but I'm not. I'm here.
Yeah! Gosh darn clean cut and hireable.
Thank you.
Loving the whole new look.
Is it different than before?
Wow, scraggly sort of ne'er-do-well Osric Chau, I remember.
I never...
From the late 70s.
Well, I feel like the roles have kind of reversed. You know, now I'm seeing Rob in a dress all the time.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's kind of nice.
And even on stage he'll wear the dress, you know what I mean? It's not just for the green room anymore.
But Osric...
The weird part about that conversation is it's 100% true for Osric to go, now Rob wears the dresses. I mean,
well, I know, and you're the one with the giant suitcase full of costumes.
I know. Hey, that bear pelt ain't gonna get itself here, you know what I mean?
This is great.
So you guys see anybody here at karaoke last night? Are you guys there? Matt's, you know, Rob of course wears the dress, but Matt's costume literally weighs 50 pounds. We practically have to pay extra to check the bag.
Yeah.
And the suitcase only has the Game of Thrones costume.
Yeah, no, it's a heavy bag.
It's ridiculous.
But he looks amazing.
He looks amazing.
Osric.
If you guys put together a Tyrion costume, I'll wear it with you guys.
That's what I was hoping I was going to be, but no.
Drogo, obviously. Khal Drogo?
No, he's,
Khaleesi.
I know, but who you were going to be, I thought that was...
No, I wanted to be Dinklage. I wanted to be Peter Dinklage's character.
She's my favorite.
Hey, I was going to ask you, why were you late yesterday? Was it just a flight thing? Were you working, or...?
I was testing for a new show that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Bring it up, Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, Osric Chau.
Thanks, guys. So I did make it to Texas finally, which is nice. I really like Texas. Actually, no, we did go to Texas last year. I went to Austin with the guys. We did the Tough Mudder here. That's right.
Yeah!
And Rob was amazing. He did the electrocution thing, even though his wife begged him not to.
Yeah, too bad our GoPros had run out of batteries by then. So we didn't get a film of it, but yes, indeed.
Actually, I read later on that you weren't supposed to go in if you had any metal on you.
I know, it's not, my doctor would have been mad at me for doing that. But I did it anyway, and I lived!
Yeah, Texas. I'm in Texas. Yay!
Woohoo!
So I found out from my meet and greet yesterday that Houston has a big rivalry with Dallas.
Yeah!
Is anyone from Dallas? Awesome. Okay, good, because I think I've only been to Dallas before, and I really like Dallas, and I haven't really seen the city of Houston, but museums and space is all I know about it. What else? Houston Rockets is the basketball team.
Yeah, yes!
And I know that because Yao Ming played on it, and he's the tallest person I've ever seen in my entire life. I came up to his elbow.
Oh my gosh.
I was in Beijing and I was walking, I just went into this bar and I guess they were having like an NBA party. They did some exhibition match, and so all these basketball players were there, and Yao Ming was there, and it was kind of like seeing like a practical special effect from a movie. It was so big. He makes Jared look small. It's so weird. But that's when I learned about the Houston Rockets. Let's see. I think that's all about I know of Houston. Texans? Right. Houston is part of Texas. You guys are all Texans.
Oh man.
Okay, it's probably sports like baseball.
Football.
It was 50-50. I knew it wasn't hockey. Do you guys have a curling team?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Canadian. We like our ice sports. Curling is like shuffleboard on ice. And bigger blocks. Okay, anyways. Let's open up the floor before I start talking about ice skating. Hi. Oh, hi.
Hi, I just want to say you've been a big inspiration on my life and you've made me really, really happy.
Animators for a while for confusing me, because I didn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, Belle's really pretty. And even, I mean, most of the time you see like that golden dress, but I really like that French, like, blue, white apron costume. I always had a thing for Belle, what can I say? So I would want to be Belle. And she was smart, and she can sing, and she goes to the library and uses the ladders. How often do you see a person use ladders at the library? Just Belle. Goals. Okay. Hi.
Hi, I'm Chau. I was gonna ask, the last few episodes where Kevin showed up, he looked like he really wanted to give up. But what do you think was Kevin's main motivation for not giving up and continuing what he needed to finish?
Well, I think Kevin's thing has never been about personal interest, you know, like he had his life set out for him, like super organized, with his mom and pressure from himself, but I think at some point through his introduction to the supernatural, he realized that there was so much more at stake than him being successful in school, in career, in his own life. You know, there's definitely much more riding on his abilities and the success of translating the tablets and getting that information. So I think by that point, he kind of accepted it, that he, you know, essentially just needs to do what he has to do, otherwise the consequences would be far greater than he's willing to accept. So I think Kevin at that point was just, he was ready to take whatever came his way.
Thank you.
Welcome. We've never had chairs that swivel. This is nice. Has everyone swiveled? Too bad for them. Hello.
Hey, Osric.
Hi.
My name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I feel like you know that a little bit.
Hi, Sarah. So ominous. Hi, Sarah.
Okay, so what was your favorite cosplay to do?
You know, picking my favorite cosplay is like picking my favorite child if I had children. Oh my god, Gara's so nice. I like every cosplay for a different reason. You know, every single time I've done it, I've had a special memory with it. Garwo is definitely, he's my favorite character on Naruto, and just like the story that his character went through and the meeting with his mom, and I have this nice picture with Lauren. You know, that means a lot to me, because, you know, I was watching that anime for like 15 years, and, you know, that definitely connected with me. Little Mermaid was a lot of fun, just because of how nervous I was before stepping on the stage to what it ended up becoming. I did this costume from the video game Journey, and that was at San Diego Comic-Con 2014, and that moment was just so awesome. Basically, I went through the entire weekend without telling anyone I was going to be there, and then I just crashed the panel in the costume, and I'd spent most of the weekend in that costume trying to meet as many people, and I totally freaked them out. And then when they realized it was me, it was just, it's all about contrast, I guess, so that was really nice. What else? Miss Carl Fredrickson from Up. That was really fun just because I enjoyed being slow and playing an old person. It took me forever to do anything, but no one needed to rush me, so that was nice. I don't know, I feel like anytime you put time and effort into anything, you know, it's really, it's really easy to like think of all the reasons why you don't like things or why you would have like, oh, I like this one, it's better than that one because of this. But for me, I try to practice looking at all the positives and why I liked every single one, and so it's hard for me to pick a favorite. Somebody used to ask me, you travel a lot, what's your favorite city? And I could never answer that. I'm like, well, look, if I had no, so that's an easy answer. But if I had a favorite place, 99.9% of the time I wouldn't be there, right? That's just not, that doesn't sound happy, then I should just go there. Well, I'm like, every city has something that I really enjoy about it. And so whenever I'm at that city, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And when I go back to the other place with another thing that I like, then I'll focus on that. And so I think it's the same with costumes. I just focus on the good and the not so good parts. Hopefully there'll be another costume that kind of fills that void. Does that make sense? Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Emma. My question for you is, do you have any weird party tricks or hidden talents?
I got greedy with the gum and I put too many in my mouth. Do I have party tricks? You know, I used to have a lot. I was very proud of doing random things in school. Let's see. So I went to circus school as a kid, and that kind of set the base of a lot of random skills. So, you know, we did like juggling, stilts, unicycling, trampoline work, trapeze. So we did a little bit of everything. And the one thing that I really got into in high school during math class was card flicking. So I always had a deck of cards, and Gambit was my favorite X-Men. Because he's super badass, and he's French, and we're in French immersion, so it kind of worked out. And I just started flicking cards because I read this magic book that my mom gave me, and that was the only trick that I wanted to learn. And I got really good at like just flicking cards really hard and really far. And and then I think I was a little crazy. I hit a friend one day, and he started bleeding on his arm because I got really good at it. And then I wasn't allowed to do it after that. That's one. Let's see. Who's that? I feel like I do have a lot. I mean, I used to be more flexible than I am. I used to do a lot of flips and stuff. I used to... You must have a weird party trick. What's your party trick?
You don't want to know my stories. Come up here.
All right. Woo! Let's see this. Oh.
That's
looks
kind of cool.
Like your hand is possessed.
Right? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool. No. Is there a party trick you can teach me? Can I do that? No.
Fist in a mouth.
Okay, you do have, yes.
Whoa! Do it again!
No, not even close. Wow, okay. Hold on, can you do that again? Can I swivel as you do it? Okay, alright. It's that little thing at the end. Thank you. Man.
Nice.
I feel like I should have that. Okay, I can do a belly roll. My parents really like this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Take it off!
I mean, we all have parents. So every time we go to... I quit piano really early. And so, okay, let me lead this in. So I have a pretty big family, and my dad has 7 siblings. 6 of them are in Vancouver, and they all have kids. And so we have these big gatherings, and most of them are very musical. And so we do like mini family, like I guess concerts and stuff, so like all the children would go and bring pride and joy to their parents, and and I quit early, so I would go up and I'd do this. So if you can imagine, like, you know, Beethoven's being played, it's like, all right, now it's Osric's turn. And that would be it.
Do it again! One more time! One more time! One more time! One more time!
Yeah,
One more time!
So me and my brothers were the black sheep of the family.
He definitely said no.
Yeah, he hates me.
This is one of the skills that I had.
Yeah!
I mean, I don't even know if it's a skill. I'm just
Yeah, it
sucking
is.
in my stomach, Mom. They're like, just do it again, do it again. You can't play the piano anymore. Just do it again. I'm like, all right, okay, Mom.
I don't know.
All right, yeah. Party trick. I don't think I ever did it at school.
Stop
though.
yelling at him.
I wasn't that proud of it.
Hello.
Please do.
My question is, you play a character that has such a hard time with the hand he has been dealt and has such a strong spirit, but yet seems so hesitant to show it. I want to know if, when you're getting into character, does Kevin affect you? Do you have a problem after or before you play Kevin?
You know, the thing with acting is, most of the time, every character you play, you know, it's really hard to be completely detached to that character. Like, unless you're a character actor and you play these just crazy characters that are completely off of you. But even then, you know, there's always a sliver of you that comes through, a sliver of your personality, because it has to make sense for you, right? So, as an actor, I guess my job, I would put it down to empathy. My job is to be able to empathize with this character so that I know, I understand, I believe what's going through this character's thoughts and actions, and if I believe it, then it becomes real, right? And so, you know, you look at yourself. You know, I look at myself, and we're one person, and if someone asks you, like, what type of person are you? Like, describe yourself. It's so hard to just describe yourself because you're like, well, when I'm with my parents, I'm kind of like this. When I'm with my friends, I'm kind of like this. When I'm with my best friend, I'm kind of like this. When I'm with that person I don't like, I'm like this. You know, we're such a big and varied person. You know, we can be so many different types of people. We have our angry moments. We have our happy, outgoing moments. We have those moments where we don't want to talk to anybody, you know. And so, in preparation for any role, I look at that character, and then I look at that part of my life that is closest to that character, and I just kind of go in that zone, so that when I'm playing that character, I'm already there. And Kevin is, Kevin really does resonate with me because I've gone through a lot of the things that he has, and so for me it wasn't that big of a stretch for me because like I read it and I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where he's coming from. So did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but Kevin definitely, he's come through such an arc from season 7, 8, and 9, and I've been through all those stages at some point in my life, so it was really cool to play a character that goes through such a journey.
My question is, Kevin was killed by Gabriel, and he said he was stuck in the veil. So is he still stuck in the veil? And is there any chance we will see Kevin again?
I am assuming he's still in the veil because I haven't heard anything else. I think this is a question I should be asking you. Is there, like, what other options does he have? Can he, like...
Just keep haunting people.
They found a way to open heaven and get the angels.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I didn't know if there was a way,
I guess. I have no idea. I mean, I like the theory that, okay, this is the thing that I'm pitching. So, So Kevin's a student. That is like, if Kevin had a superpower, it's not really that he can like just read rocks that other people can't. It's that he's able to study, right? He's able to adapt to a situation, and that's what I really like about Kevin. So being in the Vale, the first time it really took him a long time and a lot of effort to break through, and he was only able to come through for like a couple minutes at a time. If you were to come back, I would like to see him like, oh my God, Kevin has been doing this because he's been bored, but he's been practicing this so hard that he's a ghost, but he's not, because he's so good at breaking through the veil.
Has some difficulty.
Like he's so good that he can swivel a chair. So, if Kevin comes back, I hope he swivels a chair.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that would be so good.
Hi.
Hi.
There's nobody over there.
So I want to know, do you have any like great stories of a prank you pulled on Jensen and Jared, or vice versa?
Wait, do people pull pranks on them?
I mean, they might.
Is this a two-way street?
Yeah.
I should tell everyone else that. That's a good question. I wonder if people have done it the other way.
Misha has.
Misha, right.
They do it too.
But that's probably why he gets it the worst. Like, I feel like the retribution is not worth it. They go easy on them. Let's see. No, I think I'm too fearful of what might come.
Master Chau.
That wasn't a prank. That was an unfortunate event. And I'm still waiting for that retribution. Now,
You could always pull a prank on them and like pin it on Misha or something.
actually, that's a great idea.
Right? Finally, some brilliance.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. I feel like I actually did, but maybe it just didn't go very well. No, I'll have to come back to you. I mean, maybe I'll just go visit set and I'll figure something out. Yeah, you know what? Why don't people prank them more?
Fear, man. Because they're sexy.
Yeah, they are kind of scary, aren't they? I mean, now, yeah, see, like, I already broke Jared's arm. I feel like I can't prank him anymore. Like, I feel so bad about that still. I can't. Jensen. Yeah, Jensen. No, you know what? No, Misha's the easiest target. Like, yeah, I think everyone's just gonna have to be happy with pranking Misha.
Alright.
We'll pick something. Cool. Maybe if we go to Nicaragua again, I'll put a giant spider in his bed or something.
Nice.
It's okay, they only eat birds. They don't eat Mishas.
They don't eat people.
Missions. But he's an angel. He has
I'll
wings.
think about that. I should. I don't know if I'm that much of a prankster though. I never was a prankster. I was always very serious, and then when I took things too far, then I'd try to laugh it off, and that'd be my prank. I was never very good at it. That's something to think about. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Haley. I was wondering, if you were out and you met Kevin at a bar, what would you guys do?
We would sip on our lemonade all night. I've never had alcohol in my life, and I know Kevin just started, so if I'm at a bar, it's because I'm there with friends, and if I saw someone that looked exactly like me, I would probably talk to him.
Doppelganger!
Well, no, I'd probably yell at him for a little bit, and then we have a conversation. And let's see, Kevin, what would Kevin drink? Maybe he'd get into bourbon by that point.
Yeah!
And then we talk about why I don't drink, and then he'd talk about why he drinks. And then we'd be sad for each other.
Hold hands. Skip.
And then he'll tell me that he's a ghost, and then I'll be like, oh my God, you're so good at breaking through this veil that I can't even notice. And then he'd do this. I know. because the bars would have swivel chairs. Okay.
They do.
Hi, I was wondering what was the most difficult scene it was to film and why?
When he died.
It was my death scene, and it was Supernatural was the closest thing to a regular job that I've ever had like, in my entire life. I went through this long time period where I just applied to different jobs, and just because I was finding myself, I didn't know what I wanted to study, and I ended up quitting like 20 to 30 jobs in that year. And I was really good at getting work because all I needed to do was trick my way into getting an interview, and once I got into the interview, I was able to just like talk my way into it. And what I did every time was like, oh, I really liked getting the job. I really enjoyed the training. I really liked meeting the people. But after like 2-3 days, like I just felt like my entire future just flashed before my eyes. I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen. What's the point? And then I just didn't show up. And I would apply to the next job. And what's amazing with that is that it's really good for acting because that's our job, is to audition constantly. So our job is to go in and audition. And I really enjoyed that. But they're all so temporary, you'll do like 1 month here, a few days there, a week there, and it's always like start, stop, start, stop. And the one thing I liked about it was that there was always an end. So even if I did this movie, I'm like super excited about it, I'm like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen because I read the script. And I'd be super bummed that I'm like, well, at least there's an end date, so I don't have to quit. I'll just, see it through to the end. But Supernatural was the first and only job that kind of felt like, I don't know, it felt like a regular job. I would go in, I would see the same people, I'd say hi, have breakfast, we'd go to work, and we'd go home, and then I'd go back the next day, and it really felt like an office job, even though it wasn't an office job. And I really enjoyed that, and because it lasted for almost 3 years, I just got so comfortable with like, Mom, I'm coming back home, we're doing another episode. There was just a really nice familiarity with it. And so when I did the death scene, it was, it was like, there was a few months where I kind of knew, and so prepping that was okay, but just that day, the set was noticeably quieter, people weren't talking, it was a little bit of a sad thing, and I was saying bye throughout the day. I'm like, yeah, I guess this is it, it was a good run. But the last shot, I had my eyes covered with prosthetics, and so the entire set was pitch black to me. And because people weren't talking much, it was just like quiet. And so I'm just like being led around the set, they're like, okay, and you're gonna be here, and then you're gonna fall down. And, and the director is like very quiet, he's just like, okay, action. And then I would just hear Jensen saying, Kevin. For like 3 hours, and then I got up, and they let me back out, and then I just went home. It was so hard because like that was like such an end, like such a big ending that felt like an end. And then after that, like, okay, we're gonna bring you back in 2 episodes. Like, oh, okay. Thank you for that. But yeah, that was definitely a little bit harder. It was quite sad, but yeah, then they brought me back. And at some point, Kevin's gonna swivel on the chair, so I guess it's pretty cool.
Swivel on what?
On Dr. House.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and my question for you is, when you were filming the Hollywood show Supernatural parody, what was your favorite part and why?
Ooh, favorite part to film or favorite part watching it?
Both.
Favorite part to film, I always really like shooting on location, and so we did this trip to Oregon, and it was this tiny little town.
Yeah.
Super quirky lodge that we stayed in. They played reggae music. They had a reggae concert on a Wednesday night till 2 a.m. So weird. There was a deer that hung around. His name was Sugar Bob.
I met Sugar Bob.
we did all the highway shots there, and there's like it's beautiful with trees, but this one stretch that we needed, sometimes the sun would be like going the wrong way, and so we'd have to drive on the left lane, but we'd be like lip syncing, and so we couldn't look at the road, and there's oncoming traffic. It was super unsafe. Like my stunts background is just like, just ignore this, we can get through this. Because you would never be allowed to do that. So that was a lot of fun. In terms of watching it, I think it's probably just one of the last shots of Jared and Jensen bowing, because it was just like a nice ending to it. And that's one of the things that I love about this show, is that we were able to get all the actors to do this parody of their own show. And everyone's just so into it. And that's just the special thing about Supernatural and the relationship that like the people involved in the show have with the people who enjoy it, is that the relationship, and just that bow. I think it kind of sums it all up into what that means. Thank you.
Sweet. Osric!
Hi, my name's Caitlin, and my question is, what's your favorite dance move?
Favorite dance move?
Show us!
Well, I was a very quiet and introverted child. I would say that I was the strong silent type as a kid. And I say this because, background. So, Cantonese was my first language. And then I went in French immersion, so I learned French. And then English kind of started taking over. We did half English, half French. And then after a while, English became the primary language. But because there were so many different languages going on, when I was in elementary school, going into high school, I didn't really have a firm grasp on any of the languages. And so, when you have trouble communicating, you kind of figure out different ways to express yourself. And so for me, out of a lot of things with bullying, it ended up being very physical, and so I got into a lot of fights. And because of that, I was, dancing just wasn't my thing. So I would go to the school dances, and I guess my favorite move would be this. Sometimes I would feel a little crazy and I'd do this. But, that's like a special occasion. That's someone's birthday, so. Do you have a favorite dancer? Okay, come up and show everyone. I'm sure you're gonna rock it. All right, what you got? Does it have a name? Okay, it's called Dab. Okay, teach me the move. Take your arm, the other arm. Is that it? Do you do it like a lot? Like. Oh, it's a song thing. Oh, what's the song?
I forgot.
Okay. Well, all right, let's do the dab together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
And with that said, I really like square dancing because they tell you what to do. Or line dancing because it's really organized and you can tell what's happening. Like when the song tells you to step right here, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Because I'm an actor, I'm really good at taking directions. If you tell me to freestyle, just freeze. I'm like, but Okay, but now I know how to dab. So many crazy dances. Okay, what's your favorite dance move?
I don't dance.
All right, I'll teach you my crazy move. I call it the knee bend. Try throwing in a head bob.
Okay,
Okay, sorry.
My
my name's Misha. I wanted to ask if you were stuck in a TV show other than Supernatural, what would it be?
Oh, if I was stuck in a TV show.
Walking Dead.
I was thinking that.
Right. I love you, Glenn! Shut up.
Which so partner up with Michonne. Let's see. If I was stuck in a TV show, I really like English medieval culture. Woo! So
Gallivant!
I would Game of Thrones that. Yeah, and I really like the cold, so I'd be in the Black Watch. I'd hang out with Matt. And then they would probably say some super racist things and I'd end up in a cell. But he didn't know back then.
No idea.
But I'd be okay with it. I'm like, oh, I'm here. Winter is here. Yeah, that'd still be nice. Yeah. Yeah, growing up, I always read a lot of King Arthur books, and so I always fantasized about being in that era. I mean, I know Asia had its own medieval stuff, but I didn't watch that as much, and when my parents watched it, I just wasn't into it. And so Game of Thrones really is that kind of thing for me, so, yeah. Put me in medieval England, give me a long sword.
That could be a great sword.
Maybe even a horse. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite novels. I read the series. It was about King Arthur's lineage, and it starts off with his grandfather, and he's a blacksmith, and this meteorite comes, and the whole thing is just about the evolution of weaponry and how he eventually crafted Excalibur out of this meteorite, which is why it's such a special sword. So nice. Okay.
Right?
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
Hi, Kendall.
Pancakes and waffles.
Oh my gosh, I'm so close to you right now. My question is, what's your favorite pose to do?
What do you mean pose?
Take it out!
Like for a picture or something?
The dad. I don't know, do you have a favorite pose? What is it? Yeah, come on.
Right?
Let's do the pose. Just the peace sign? This? What, is that the shocker? No. No, that's not. Sorry, what is that one called? Oh, that's just the rocking one.
Shocker!
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is how you greet people?
What's up?
Hi. Let's see it at the same time. Do you have like a catchphrase that you say while you're doing it?
Peace.
What's up? What's up? Hey.
Hi, I'm Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
It's my understanding that in Dynamite Comics, there's a character in the Red Sonja book based on you.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. His name is Osric.
Yeah!
Could you tell us more about the character and how did that come about?
It's me.
Oh my goodness. So I have a really good friend by the name of Eric Sturpey, and he is a writer at Telltale Games. And we used to be roommates, and he's like really, really involved in the comic book culture. And he was just telling me about the Atom, which is a DC hero by the name of Ray Palmer. But there's another iteration of the Atom where he's an Asian American, he's an Asian guy by the name of Ryan Choi. And so I bought the entire thing and I read it and I loved it. And the writer of that is Gail Simone. And Eric's like, you should like tweet her or something. And so I did. And then she followed me back and we, had a little dialogue going. And then I went to Emerald City Comic Con. And that's like the con that I started off going to. And I saw that she was there, and so I went by and I said hi, and she gave me more comics, and then we kept talking, and then I got an email from her one day, and it's like, hey, Osric, I would like to do a character in your name and likeness. Would that be okay? And I just started like yelling at Eric. I'm like, Eric! I'm gonna be in a comic! And then I responded, yes, that would be all right. Please proceed, carry on. And then she sent me these mock-ups and they were so good. And she's like, oh, Osric the Magnificent. It's like, is that okay? I'm like, yes. She's like, you're gonna be the greatest swordsman in the land. It's like, you're still gonna have to lose to Red Sonja, but you won't die. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And yeah, that's how it happened. Excuse me. Bucket list. Yeah, so Osric the Magnificent is in Red Sonja. What do you think of the storyline? Did you read it?
I did, and I really enjoyed it. I was hoping you would tell us a couple of the details about Osric. Because a very interesting character.
She didn't tell me much, except that I was the best swordsman in all of the land. And, I mean, once I heard that, I'm like, whew, you can't really go up from there, so if I stop listening now, I won't be disappointed. No, it was really cool. So, I have the collection, and I guess there's always a chance that she's going to bring it back now that it's like a character in the universe, but yeah, I never, that's one of those things that I never thought would happen, and it did. Thank you.
I was wondering what you like and dislike most about your character.
What I like and dislike, I like Kevin's ability to adapt and change with every situation he's been thrown into. I mean, he gets thrown into this crazy situation, he reacts, and then he gets on with it. I really like that about Kevin. He doesn't complain. I mean, he does complain, but he doesn't bitch and moan for too long before he just does what he needs to get done. What I don't like about my character is that he's different. Okay, as a character itself, I mean, I don't like that he's trapped constantly. I feel like Kevin sometimes is just an object. Like the first 2 seasons, when I described my character to someone, I would just be like, yeah, I think I get kidnapped like every second episode. So someone takes me, and then someone else takes me, and someone else takes me. Like I feel like this object.
Yeah. I'd kidnap you.
That kind of was a bit of a bummer, and I didn't realize that until I started explaining what I did. I'm
That's
like,
not
well,
good to yell at.
people like really want me, and so they just keep trying to take me, and then like the super hot guy takes me, and then this other super hot guy takes me. I shouldn't have done that. But yes. Okay. Can we do one more? Can we do one, guys? Hold on.
Yeah, right here.
Go Kirby!
End on.
Go Kirby!
Okay, I just had a really quick question. So we
Kirby!
with your mom, like you're ghosted, you're attached to your ring, your dad's ring.
Okay, that sounds great.
And so I'm just wondering if you thought like if Kevin goes malevolent, goes evil like Bobby did, and starts destroying stuff, do you think that your mom would have to take you out, or do you think that Sam and Dean would have to come and take you out?
Good question!
Well, Sam and Dean will always be there. But, that's...
I mean, you can get really cool malevolent ghosts, you can still swivel chairs.
You have 10 seconds to answer before the band starts playing.
If Kevin becomes malevolent, I hope he's really good at it. I hope he becomes the greatest malevolent spirit in the world.
You'll see out there tonight in the Saturday Night Special. If you're smart enough to go see the best thing we do, which is the Saturday Night Special, you will see Osric Chau with this band. Now, let's bring out hailing from Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada's very own Tahmoh Cat. It is the best song this band does intro and physically intimidating because Tahmoh always comes out. I don't care if he's reading a book backstage where he is. He comes out. The next thing you know, he's in the position. He's shadow boxing. I'm like, somebody's gonna get punched. Probably gonna be me or the band.
It makes me want to get back in the ring, man, every time I hear
it. It makes me want to run screaming off the stage. My own protection.
I love it. It never gets old.
Never gets old. Ladies and gentlemen, Tahmoh!